Okay.
Yeah, elamola noise, but it's okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa ta'ala wa barakatuh. Badimulu, atul melialon ko albel lamoy kanyun tembeng. Anim mul melialon ko wala min lamoy la nyaro dumon din drong. Komen ka fala nyamen drong. UDP mupati o kipati o melialon ko all the time na paro minyote kaje ko. Momo yalon ke bedo ko ke kanye purke kumandi ke kontibo. Baring akumada baba akumada bakele molium ko diala amaria so jiko men so ta apply do ko nyinke atimandi so comme bale a fele sai mo de fawle kono anu sa a fele minati katre fay do fanan kono ko tange so da ko mayata le do lamol mo yalon ko wala ki na katra fay wala ne kon so konti go do ko def ko me yalon ko sai na je ko nyanta ka fanan ngam ko science so on the screen right now, na mention ala jangole Hon.Muhamed Mahanera. Hon.Muhamed Mahanera nalonoko albeya lonne. Mole meya lonko is very active in the parliament, and active in the parliament is not only active in the parliament but he is also active in his region. Because mbenya ajele Hon.Muhamed Mahanera akadoko menke ala region oto Hon.Muhamed Mahanera safu almost damira ataka almost every weekend akada basela jam fara nyame sandu be jam fara nyame but all the time kala engagement ol jele abdoko menke kan sandu be ya lonne so kamala do na joko be doko kumas la Hon.Muhamed Mahanera la folola so wala atena na Hon.Muhamed Mahanera so kala jang so guys alni Hon.Muhamed Mahanera Hon.Muhamed Mahanera any viewer so le nyokonto. Oh, just on the honorably some breakdown sort of I believe is coming to be back as soon as possible. Badun don come na fale nyamen don UDP TV&MEDIA at Bolt Training Tembing. Nimme jang nimme kana Kachaa soto wala mu Hon.Muhamed Mahanera-Mp Hon.Muhamed Mahanera come na fale nyamen at moleti. As we are speaking right now, I believe like camera is some little issue sort of, but he is going to be back. So after Malayalam ko alben jibe kan abe bedala bake pour aller programme ta aliasia e bajelo ko no le programme sia e bajelo ko mo jama se programme follow no ba ko na fala nyam don UDP pato me alon ko na do ko di mol mela ke mari nyolu you know ne waro sita kan ngamuri kan ka jibe do ko men na dila ya kala bum fo market so botom ba flale ko we'll bring our people here all the time near discourse minna la no men so de la ke muta ki samba na katra fa bon kono so viewers actually alon ko alben jibe kan baldan na pour aller programme ta sia that's going to be very important as soon as possible the Hon.Muhamed Mahanera sur le jang is going to be back as soon as possible. So come on, no? Janning Hon.Muhamed Mahanera mina. Hello, Hon.Muhamed. Yeah. Yes, Hon.Muhamed, yes, I couldn't do that, but it's okay. Yeah. Okay, Hon.Muhamed, sending any viewers also in your contact.
Hello?
Yes, any viewers also in your content side.
Yeah, Abaraka Bage, Serifo, content Bage, UDP TV&MEDIA. Be badingol be konton mo ke la moy ni programme la sagne ani min kana la moy nyaato domandi mbal be konton wali nyelu mo be UDP TV&MEDIA and other UDP platform both in the Gambia and diaspora mbal be konton albadi male Muhammad Mahanera MP for Sandu URR not
Okay, baraka bake Hon.Muhamed Mahanera ilo kontondir nyumala na long mi nyintembo mi do wasol be jibe kan anu be kontan that you are here. Hon.Muhamed Mahanera na ñun kar follow me alon ko be wala dile wala ñinti ko Hon.Muhamed ite kete mudu me alon ko almost every weekend nyake je ebe kolon dokula sandu every weekend ebe fengol sambale la mole Hon.Muhamed e kany fengol mel samba tenga ane kany kolon mel samba e ke di yudi bi ko damal da ba fu ke di e ke di sandu ko de
No, Mr. Sonko, like Nibe Mall represent Kang, the moment it a winter drone, it a code segregation all that. So it become more bondi modes. And definitely can bring 2017 and inside in tema. Anybody more with Sandu Banco Kang, Ninka Feng or somebody Buka Juwete party Jomalto, Buka Juwete la Sate or Wartale former Warabang. Ning alete la harjele kiji wala data la sate o nga assessment ki na da nga assessment ni yitandi dono solla ni momo choose mbuka sawndi ka samba dula dot no ye dula choose amunda ko tella la harje either you vote for Mahanera or you are UDP you are UDP o tambitale sani o belo na nyaari ning election on ata campaign wato then you so you call but ni winta sani definitely mbuka segregation okay we treat everybody equal. So Sandu Banko ka fula mandinka sarahule abe mu kilineti ndel bulu ndel nyakoto so ninde maro fana nata anyanta tara dula men mbuka segregation okay ngadi amare lan. So we don't look at whether you are UDP or not UDP. As so item Sandu quality so mako ero ni nana ta Sandu bere benefit la.
Ilo jabiro ni okumata baga but Hon.Muhamed minatinde fongo ita kanyi fongol ta eke samba eke di sandu ko la eke samba ila sokon
Yeah, definitely if you are representing Niba Mall represent Kang ngamira nyanta wolel koto bambande la janni ke fans koto bambando ke because ka break campaign yo ke ko al carte dinne nele carte dinne bal ma ko la sula fengol and lung fengo feng atelier lonko anyanta ka legislate le pro loi beto ka londi ka je ko namole mun na fan soto je so ning fengol so ila mall first coming last time I've been interview to Natranung is about the whole country. I said Gambia first. So within Gambia, it's then Sandu first. So wala na mbuka fengota kasamba na suwo kono because mol me yalu ko ngi represent nga laydo men dila pour que mako ke nyaada fita so ni ko so do nyaaton ko nyante mira la koma ko le la men be koma dan ka fo ko ba kala fan sun ko to bambando ti me alon ko definitely ni ke drong e bela mol bitre kan so that is why since 2017 in tema mo be Sandu Banko you can attest to that whether nimbaga so nata akata Mahanera kunda wala akata molel me ko dia nidi men ya lon ko fana itele sula tala ani ngani ni tele tolo yala so anyande tele nyande ka soto not Mahanera but the people of Sandu.
God Mahanera but the people of Sandu so avec ko comme kamako samba ka dila mol ni fana mu satol di satro me alon ko abe national assembly member sol kan Hon.Muhamed left out draw in brief ya fonye dibitaw minam dibitaw la do ko
Deputy definitely ay do call men soto sa fono wolom do ku sabalem do ku follow deputy nyande ka luwa kendol dada ala mole ani banko mol be fulanjangu yela mol represent wala muninti ko deputy bungola ye lo yela mole la sulo mo menti ika banque deputy bungola pour banko nyaton ko sa moy comme executive hall ni ka president wala kana ko minister solla sabanjango nali loi men tambindi député bungala ali lo executive hall noma kaje ko o loi ni at the time as a mol nafano olom the oversight so this is representing your people legislating for your people and also performing oversight over the executive so nying function saboni wala nyin doku saboni nyim mu député kan farlo lesi so order hato maybe kuku ni wona tawo e komala because the tradition or ni keta debate definitely you need to help your people I say lobbying fananke comme be menke kanten ka fengol nyini ka dual support like in education water disabilities, name them. So one more another extra functionality, but the main three function many I mean something dibitel dokumu nineti ni data dibitego.
Dibitola doko munyati ni data dibite bunkono o domba dingolu albeo moyle onemo Hon.Muhamed Mahanera-Mp. Honorable mina nyin kala menna ko lange wolom nyintu ko afele scienteng nyinamu 4 fa sonleti but na kalam to ko on the 29th of May IC ko ebe 4 fa kayto sekala kedi Gambia ko la Honorable ite be mun preparation na ke kan ila region do kajo ko momor ni me alon ko ay sanji tang ani se soto ay kadde fa kayto soto.
Yeah, preparation of mingi yalon sanyi be COVID le kono. Na mangyot no is necessary kata sandu banko kan committee of command all the stakeholders, all the electorates, jeko ke enlighten about their right. Committee la nyanto moment. Ani nyanto nyim fana iba ma fala nyaadi le nin carte fayo nat. Ya wala nyinti ko momo be sanji tannin say o e santola wala ite yalon ko be sanji tannin woro wala mebe anin kar jama jannin 20 jannin December be sanji tannin say soto la ite nyanna le ka voters card soto. But ba ke kan ne through WhatsApp platform ol kan kamol enlighten so ele nyanto lem pour e carte fay kayto nyin ya nyini ni mu Gambia dingolti so e ba sot la nyami fana mbol fana be fo kan gaelele wala nyindi ko ye ID card soto ye birth certificate wala la passport so na issue soto dami ngo fana discuss le na WhatsApp platform o kan wala the chief given attestation so ni chief ka attestation okay even birth certificate you ese pulu no dula dot but a manki committee mu je molet let's say example na South African region jang is a wulu no Mali but a manki mu Maliano but you are born in Mali so to have to be born and kabulu dula to anika keje dingoti so you say for wala alkalo nyentele ka o differentiate who is a Gambian who is not a Gambian mune valid document kaje ko item Gambian old so the issue with alkalo ngofonan discuss le alkalo fine it is attestation of dinole because sate kono je kebal bijel me alongo momo na ta nema ke sate dingoti kalo ne wita mage sate dingoti but sefo be sate men kono asole long aso sate la mol long but sate dol sefo kini comme ni ko Mahanera kili ata attest no la ko jomale nyinka nyi mo kare mu nyi sate ka dingol because you are representing the whole Sandu and Sandu is 58 villages so e bajere ka be kula la bag but we are trying me men fula mole doron kana si nga try nga ta nga voters card mini because diamo ni to nyalem is more enlightened no but men fam kido ni wala kidi keso ni fam wala carte keso dan carte keso fona ita bulano la box kono ni man carte fay kay to soto so nga more synthesize about this on our platforms and because of COVID if not there is a necessity in fact kata sandu banko kan more common meeting okay enlighten about their rights and their responsibility in terms of selecting a leader.
Our pointing is very clear, Honorable. I'll be sensitization okay. But Honorable, yaje ni attestation ko ni akumada bake pro na ko ni diam. Na kalam tele ko sefo but I believe as we speak in National Assembly I'll be fair okay kana kaja ko albo ko nyame. So come in places like Komboja, mulmilialon go sin Komboja, and the Mawulu Kombo Konoja, but the Syrian Jan, made a Syrian Jan. Saying, let's say, anything, and then Sierra Kunda, you Baldem Unity, Ladra Kunda Nolto, Mulbe Syrian Jamilialon go Mawulu. Say, no, Omar and Yolo, Alhamdulillah, saying, will be Kairo Sopno Yadi, will be Station of Sopno Yadi, Barin Sierra Kunda, Alcaloma Mubelo, and Alfala from them Mubelo. So I didn't mechanism that.
Yeah, wo yalon sanyi bilo nying abe député nyati ngolare ya adi committee mem local government and lands and men be maraling is fanana kuola so ibo ko nying ba jube kanjele aning hakilola ka jiko nyim mol men ya long ko because ID card ni aji be sanyi even 25% of the population ma ID card ni soto so it's challenging but ndel Gambian on ndel nyente ka mo coming nga tili katonya fasa kaje ko mo manke gambiano kin telephone lon ni mo na tay kan e ya nyinin ka tonya alkalo ser kunda be warren baake ateni mo be lonnola but immigration ko mol screen nyaming namara bilo nyin kono minister nyin defo nga nyinin ka wolale yabe mistake kabra ko nini document nata either at the station kabo chief ya wala kabo alkalo ya nyinde ka kaito sotole and that point is unquestionable. No, it's not possible because the same attestation from chief or alkalo needed the ID card in immigration case screen le kendeke ni man satisfy they reject you and even before going to the immigration you have to go to the bank and you are going to lose that money. So government man legislation anything ke ko la ko ni mo reject fola ala kolonya da reform fa man na reform la we are keeping quiet on that and ninging for not signing. So the immigration should have a role to screen the person like the way they are screening the person to get an ID card because more man Gambia the ID card so and the ID card so they vote kenola. So you can see that only Gambians only nyende ka vote and only Gambians only right soto ka na national identity card soto. So ning wokeda ning immigration obe o mol screen kan pro ila card soto kola then why not the same immigration pour a mol screen mena ya longo inata for start meaning. So Neo get bilo kon ngalo ne the committees their eyes are on it and they will make sure that it is clear to everybody how to identify somebody being a Gambian and how you can get voters card to vote in 2021 election.
Okay, okuma da baga. Honorable ni ajibe fana comme atolla basé ma fon wala. Basé mu frontière di basé ni welingara nyolto and the other part of frontière wala karola. Anu ñun satol mel yalon ko almost e camera e kadun satol ko e bukalon fon ko de Sénégal ko comme satol be ñobala Sénégal ni Gambia. So yamira wol dula le sign. Also se mile keno kaje ko momo ya longo Sénégalais la ñinti am hari kana kate kero so Gambia kon yuwal
yeah me menke kanje wolam ñinti ko ngamera time lem ka mol trendi pour ya long e mojo mala ñanta register ani mo men mañana ka register na area to je definitely ninde boda diabu momo na tane manke diabu ko dun ka mba sutele ko te manke diabu ko and hana manke mahanera damanti ni 5 elders soto ani ye mo soto me ya lonko e 30 pour kata si tableau kunto ni momo na ka identify whether ite mo sate molet wala mako sate moti andum fanan dula fanan bije wala na ko mayata baage pour ye power the immigration ni molta ke screen because ibaje la sate saba wala nani olbe kata bero fay sate kilinet amange sate la polling station o sotol natra sate la polling station o soto is going to be very easy for the alkalo to identify ning alkalo be sirin tabulo kunto momo nata ka kayto ni nini but ibajela maybe alkalo from one village or say at the station of the modola o yena ay carte ni sate because anyanta ka vote ke o sate polling station of o dulalto so wala na momo ni be ning kayto soto la committee ni myself inclusive ka jeko alkalo with 5 other people or be at a station on sign ka foko tonya nyimu sate nyindingol so ni wo kita ngamara abe fraud ning aba talala bakel so hana tete be sate doto ite alkalo ya sign then ala attestation de mo flo wala mo saba nyo kije wala mo lulu ol be yeta jang ya attest afu ite mo sate dingol di mugambe dingol ti nini wo tata then immigration be sirinje IEC be sirinje EMR screen ka confirm ko ite mugambe ko wala man gambe so ngamiro batarala
honorable ilawo kuma kan ni ya da baba ke yo fo nyame honorable na mayu fanan ko denke nejo no newspaper to no amamenu ibe diamu kan about bankola namola karola bankola nam ibe diamu kan bankola namola karola itla miro ya mera bankola namola karola government nyanda kam mun ferle kaje kaje ko gambe dum la namo dum in the right place
follow bankola namal kawla ngamara nyente ka program la soto me alongo they prioritize areas. Anonga Pruka stop Koro Kidula many alongo, they are not productive. So Nanamo la Carol Niaje, there are so many leakages in terms of collection. Because Ndela Jang Namo from Beka Tamini Molel Bulokon. Buka so ning lafta ka namo and I collect lafta I collect nyami and I mold nafa. I think government should move from this traditional way of collecting money from people. Let us try to make sure that everything is digitalized, and then ning kita fanang then nimbe spending killer. We have to strategize and look at the priority sectors. Many are longo, they will be productive to the economy. So, but medium come wala because delmu chairman of the trade committee, ndada nun tol la nun, ka bring tata tol nga kujamale suite to nyin kono meya lon ko aben economy samba kan dumale andum price sol bella fa kanne tax sol fana bella fa kan mo go patakan. So wala nan nata kay ko definitely signing we should open a new page because science thing because of COVID everything has gone up. And molbe bataring in sunkaro kono hani sunkaro koma na expect the trend will continue. So that's why we give warning to the government. Jeko, let them find ways where we can control prices in the country. And in war is related to aiming for the namo in the collection. Last year, what's a main project was 10.1 billion. This year, we projected about 12.8 billion. So Ibajalago, that increment by force for tax will increase because they have to collect the money. Now, on that, we call the ministry, we call GRA, the two ministry, trade and finance. We discuss with them. So in order for the CIF tax you remove instead of 100%, they remove 20% on the insurance. I don't know, freight something. So not only that, the economy definitely is not doing well because if you look at businesses in this country, not 100%, 90% or 96% are all foreigners. So we are not anti-foreigners because they also put in something into the economy. But what we are advising government is that to make sure that the indigenous business people are supported. And when they are supported through government help, then government will be able to control prices and everybody will be at ease. But new woman can definitely, and then the productive sectors, there's no sector more productive in this country now apart from agriculture. So government has to invest, government has to allocate special fund for agriculture sector, not only this small money that cannot take agriculture anyway. And our advice also was government also has to make sure that a could allocate maybe the indigenous business people, maybe Makwela, guarantee. What is wrong with guaranteeing somebody who want to bring rice and is a Gambian? Or you go, maybe you sign a contract with the person through public-private partnership. So, and the person is a Gambian, you help the person, so you'll be able to determine how much that person should sell that particular product. Provided we are also working inward to make sure that the sector is more productive and the sector will be able to take care of so many issues in the country while we will not be depending on all the importation of goods into this country.
Abaraka bake elo kumwoni financing ya bake but honorable answer mbe murundila back to voters card ko nyinto dolbe nyinu karo ke kana ke nyinu ka wala nyintu ko ikon ne nyinu ka comme that 5 elders comme okay ba lulo me alonko imbo select la ke ba lulo me alonko wala betar la seating registration dula fo alkalo da mala bo select la ba fo wolbe select la nyaade sa taw ko.
Yeah, anyway, that will depend on the reports. The article, the local government committee be not la plenary for approval. And that is my suggestion, and I'm so many people also are thinking in the same way, but depending on the report as well, because Parliament you can suggest, and it's all about majority. So the committee is working very hard. On media, they are discussing about issues, particularly issues, points that are very, 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 very crucial and critical. But now my suggestion is that 5 people, the alcalo with other 5 people to sign the attestation on behalf of somebody. But also nteka memfo askeno and at the same thing yetara committee in a report to wala fata, but notwithstanding there, I will make sure that during plenary I consolidate my point, stood or stand by that point to make sure that I'm able to sa no nyami ka more convinced kaje ko o yetara ji me alon yoda registration fraud ni tala molla banko kan.
Okay, namira Mr. Lamin Kamara, namira o dinkira ni o kuma da bakela. But Lamin mole ben nyanka kamola jam. Guys, if you have any question or nyanka also about the voter cards, card for call as long you can send your request. We will raise it to Hon.Muhamed Mahanera. Hon.Muhamed, isafu no mole itla tundo kang according to ila miroto yamira nyinan samo model nyanta carte fa kadota approximately because nyajibe meli carte fa kado soto nge last year or last election because nyabe me nyinan kala nyina now understand the URR because there was a problem in URR because nying fonko men kada tennu nyahlo bakang last impasse men kada the impasse problem on nying aboton URR. So some people are saying that because of URR, there was a lot of URR more than Young. So it's like district of Sandu. What is your projection? Or what was the last registration?
Last year, last election, it was 13,000 plus, less than 14,000 registered voters in Sandu. And Obekonofanang Meya Fai is less than 6,000 people. So Ibaji can do by now start like calculate through Jibos la data. But Ibaji like those people I started it but I didn't complete it. There are people who are within the age bracket. Now those people who were before the age bracket, there were many. So now most of them has now gone to the age bracket. And there are people who were within the age bracket, most of them are also not alive now. So it's going to be very, very critical. But I'm so out of the 28,600 people in Sandu, maybe half of that, my projection, half of that will be eligible to register for 2021 election.
Tokuma, pointing is very important. Yeah, kado ke auto back like I go wonderful answer and comment nyaji be URR sign URR UDP la dibitol UDP bulu jela UDP dibitol siata jela for atol UDP dibitol al bulo be nyobul la jeba.
Yeah, right now, UDP divisional member URR signing stuff on Fulalem, then in Honorable Drami. Yeah, the other two in Woodley, Omudoileti, Kantora was UDP, but now he's no more UDP MP. And Jimara is Alaiso, and Basse is Honorable Magasi. So out of the 7, so signing, we are 2. Delmo Fulalem, Alongo, the party in Koto. And then Honorable Drami is like 6 and 9, Anywhere you don't see Honorable Drama, if you see Mahanera, know that Drama is there. So if you don't see Drama, Mahanera, you see Drama, know that Mahanera is there. So we don't do anything in isolation. We always consult each other. Can you consult even loving a project, we call each other. Yeah, this is what is good for my area. This is what is good for my area. Then let's start to lobby. So then for the drama, yeah, even in the assembly near Jube, we sit by each other. So that shows you that will show you that they'll blow in your corner as UDP MP, and wherever UDP, wherever yellow.
Yes, Ilofan is very important. But say, okay, come here for Yamin. I echo UDP debate olu atul mufula la de say. Okay, but tuman na munum UDP lati sai afro miliyalon ko albe nyobala je sai fo albe kata ko ke ganna bankaje ko bahen tuman na mimbe je UDP la sendi ba sai ba fala bo UDP albe kata ko ke kanna bankaje ko mul miliyalon ko tuman na mele kata fay UDP kaje ko maranyol they remain UDP and even mul miliyalon ko man kata fay UDP they join UDP.
Yeah, me kata ko ke kan, that is why ninga project na di mbuga jube tem UDP tem anke UDP. So we treat everyone equal, everybody equal. So among the Tumanna is UDP, that is for a drum, is Kantora.
So Kantora, yes.
Yes, and we are making everything possible. But I'm also the ground, I'm also the Kantora. They are definitely trying to make sure that people in UDP remain in UDP, and we try to get other people from other parties join UDP. So ikajele UDP la activities or ikajele in URR, ikajele in Kantora. The last time from a meeting back, there's a village in Kantora, a meeting back and then UDP mo jama nata ka o meeting ni attend. Amadu Koranyelu, they are doing everything possible in URR to make sure that for UDP, any bona fide member of UDP, I don't think nothing can shake that person. But the other people that we are going after now, the Judula Mola, the more doyala, the more become onyala, make sure that I join UDP. No matter who you are, we will respect you, we respect your view, but Ella Hama Minti ko ni in di Nyola, Gana UDP ka UDP Sembentuya. And we are doing that. That's why we are going extra mile to look for projects, to look for what to call a lobby for projects. Natika molbe muna fanka nyami. So ibaji kanne all the time till for the katale na area to another project suru. Just to go and dialogue with the people, know their problem. Say ni nata you be able to stand. Yal ika mo mako fenela mi yalon ko yalong. Ni mo la problem olo ita mako enola. So that is why always we go to Sandu, we go to Tumanna to know their problems, have dialogue with them, even if you don't have the money, but you also may have the capacity to lobby ning alela harjo kije, then we will try to bring it to them and implement it for them. Hello.
Yes, that's very important, Honorable. Ila Ojabiro in Senator Bake. Coming now from Yamendoro, Programo you Nimmo Lekadangala. So we have a brother here, Memo brother Wali Junioti. Ako I knew Kara should have been in Karamena. Wali, Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Sidi Mbe konto na sirifo ani Mahanera. Mr. Mahanera-Mp konto by momenta kanaja.
Thank you very much.
Ani tebara kan pro duty dinkolo na tol suti million ko be do ko because ni lafta ka moy kontina be do ko menna ani lafta pro abe men kay bambanji fali akala mutale ndekala fi men mawrum ko meta from UDP polier ani ngami e soli ko nga focus iftel la million ko dia doing wonders ben ka mon de Mahanera for the drame sana jawara jaw mojete and so on ki baronyol and others suntu natal mum multimillion ko media ntul premier dolle natal pintindil banta manke ko oda media sol nyanta ka fintidi ndekela programme tv len kele video kuntum ke isia ngaji le ko ni findita sandu mumel ka bule noma kele ko yomandi ni ajube fam oldo mantare yidi diri ma present kan sandu ba bele represent kan ni findita tron ngamel je noma jama kati multimillion ko ifite ka jama si ande ila different to nyimma ngati ko data pro UDP laji so ndela famel lon na wolum ko ite mon advice soto na UDP mul because mo jamala be video jube la ani mo jamala be na ka jube fana ani mo jamala be bega nyatam foko le atlas nduma fana pour na tari dominance laji ni na ta protocol la kerola oldo ngalon ko dimantar UDP ta ma represent kan to be honest but community be mon advice soto UDP la because they personally nde wali nde lata nyin na ko ni be president wajindila amanke ko mo be ko modam mala tala ya no te fongala hari man kama kunda inyanta focus jela ate fongala yu do area me alon ko provinces inyanta ka focus jela pake because ni mo de mala ka dia mo dum mine yalon ko ibe fini ko ate modam hana man naji na mo so mi yalon ka mun ta to sabale nyolo mo ti yere mi da je to refugee avec la so interbe men mun ta right now me wuli me biro lo kan e do gola at the moment mo iba kan right now so sandu adala ko yidi on ta baage mi da ko sandu mo wuli ya jibe right 10,000 force ke la jele sema ko kila for the travel area finan almost 10,000 force ke la jele so at least temu ak la soto okay second section be men na la wala ko ni na ta irok la ko la jang maybe askeno mala foi ka dia mala ta ke because bakari pa tamara kian activity ya dia mo ta wala ko ba ki dina da menol be Germany other countries nga monta France Italy ka do ko kele la ta do ko rek ko sanji woro sanji nani bare to wabul kele do ko ka fay ko yela ati ni mele passeport na ki ko ni la do ko la ngaje ko na president ko ka dia mala ando president ne grand solo bele contribute ka sindi par bi ay fayla ko sa America ay mo so ate fa wala dimo be ja bare ni mo be ja ay bare ni mo bondi janna sama America ala family be bondi jaay sama America but right now mul be jamele alon ko bele family balundi kanne bele la ko mul la ko jille marata but right now yele do ko complete amanke komi like incentive ko mo iboda Gambia le so lafta ka podum al ko tanina la ko no be do mo ka parane jam fara ika ibu ma ko la ko so kansula de Germany be jam kansula de Italy fanan tamate so ul buka ma ko mo free mo bande ka bisano le ka ma ko no ko I could witness one of them yalon ko Christian Gambia wala ya ba de Christian wala ba de ko le to fende fo ma ko la man soro anu jamano le meñi tan mo la ko manke ko mi doron ko mi moy na hay ma ko ro doron de ba ko ro min Gambia start la because ina deportation on orders ko ka deportation kele bari sulu to men na bawul ko kansula tari je mi yalon ko matar ko in case sir fo son ko mo kansula tin Germany Gambia le ta sir fo ya fa ko sulu to men na yemo ko il faut que les deux ça fait la santé aya sama jamano le tajila ko iba timari kula lay do ko ki eta mo fata ko son ko ba fala ko ay ma ko nga fure keten na landi dem baba de la tene pro fo la man so to gameno le bulu jang tente fo man sa ko ndala zam fo so ta pro fo Allah ka mutaro bi jere ko ni ani sa ko la ko la fa kan gameno kan yiro
okay thank you okay thank you Wali baraka bake
all right, Wally, thank you very much. Let me la question following answer. All I'm my advice to UDP and UDP executives. Yalong follow. Nyentaka concentrate more on grassroots politics. And Gambia and grassroots politics abuka kieno ka individual suwani ka kolo dial wala ka individual suwani ka motorcycle dial wala ka motor dial. So why in Sandu I know ala capacity mantrambulu ka foko anytime in data Sandu I should give people money pour ka kolo dial no me munkila as a party nga make sure that nga Sandu Satol jube what is their problem. Already a problem or learning identify. So how can we get solution to those problems? That is before a pickup killing sayadi mola. The sum of that pickup as a bohol flasin nole. So near bohol killing si sato to drunk, which means sate bel enough. But near murodi mo killing is going to be just a personal use. Though political tikinola without mobility. But I think we now need to diversify some of these things. When we give vehicles to regional offices, then the rest now, the money that people, the philanthropists are putting into the party, let us go back to the grassroots. What is those people's problem? Water is a problem everywhere in the Gambia, in the rural communities. It's a problem. So there are villages in Itemo, Tinyale, they need maybe just a slab to get that road done. So my advice to our party, let us just try to make sure that we look inwards and know the people's problem in the provinces rather than give one motorbike or so. Even if you have 2 motorbikes, they say kolon killing sino Saturday. And it time I knew kolon sinta jew. Say babu kola jomale you di film and the new okay the Saturday bele ke munna fangola. Sama ni da relo da Saturday meeting of commandi. Idi amta mole because ye na fale So I think we should now change the narrative now and open a new page and make sure that we go to the grassroots, identify their problem. If we cannot solve all, let us try to solve at least 40% or 50%. So ila nyininka fulan jamo, definitely yalong we have a leadership problem. Ningo leadership problem because it alone ila bank mall we started mento. Definitely we should be able to have the statistic of all this. How many Gambians live in Senegal? How many Gambians live in Germany? How many Gambians live in France? How many Gambians live in and so and so. But but I won't send a question to that. So the foreign affairs ministry, but I'm not answer all to go. How many Gambians live outside the Gambia, according to region or countries? Yeah, yeah. So, new Kita, that will give you an informed decision before you remove a particular ambassador or a consulate. Then you should know your people's how to call the number of your people in that particular country, and what challenges do they face. So, removing a consulate from Germany, it will only bring a lot of problems for Gambian people because Nila passport or expired sign, you have to send it through DHL, bring it to the Gambia here, get a passport. It's all cost. It's happened during the COVID. Malian call from Malaysia, Gambian Olem, they want to go to China. They were stranded in Malaysia, and we don't have an ambassador, we don't have a consulate there. So they called me. I went to Foreign Affairs Ministry and I informed them. They said, unfortunately, we have withdrawn from there. So definitely is creating a lot of problem because in so many countries we know that the bilateral relationship, the relation between Gambia and those countries, if there is no representative in those particular countries, even the bilateral relation will have a problem. So your people also will keep on suffering. So I think the advice is we must make sure that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs they stood on their feet and make sure that they know the strength, the number of Gambians in each particular country, and which country needed the consulate or ambassador to make sure that the Gambian people in abroad. Because those people in abroad, the president has said, the president Ayafole, almost 52 million US dollars. So 52 million or 52,000 US dollars. So I forget the units. Wale ka bo bantala bankoto as a remittance to this country. And Neo government is benefiting from it. The citizens are benefiting from it. But signing, if the more all reduced, the more that remittances also will reduce, the more problem it will bring in our society. Because if you can see a family in a village, maybe 100 compound, they all depend on their diaspora people. Because here, what can you work here? Even if you come in an office tomorrow, if you come down when end of month, if you go fenne keno what. So if budget go niaje na koral lota, na mol kata hijola, na mol ka ku jamal ke jamia along ita filla is because of the people in diaspora. Remember, we have to thank you, diaspora people. You are doing wonders, and definitely you are helping this country. You are helping this country all in all what you can. Thank you.
Abalkaba ke honorable abalkaba ke honorable ilo jabiro ni senata bake anu nal ko gyo soli muna fanga jabiro ni nal there is somebody also online me along ko fan lafta kenya nanka asa bro la bismillah
ya ko ne kondo ko Suleiman da
okay bismillah
on est ko kondo mbake afay program ko da komdanta bake nyimbe be ala wati no wadi itol mosi fal kana nan kamulu kachandi na nyine karo momenti wala mo last time ni akilo bakan commemoration day usen dabo be diamo kan ako niaje ku kiline ani misala wala ka rosan na komen diamo to rosan ni kanya men ala last diamo UDP la biro Mina story be is very important because what Muna after solution data UDP la biro because what IEC ya jembe masakunda ka press so much so that until la biro nyanda tara in all the region or in tundu kampang kono one thing damba se ko no fuela ya register or cancel from the list. So nothing karo de development ko pati jamal le gambia media alon ko IEC luwal melandi sarkol melandi pati il mo sarkol bafandi membe ko enyanta biro sotolo tundul be kan membe ko ku jamal media alon ko IEC la luwal lam pati il mo ma fandi ma hanu be gambia ko no be exist kan so la nyin karo mende wala mo fo ay national assembly kunda sotolo ko me alon ko wala sa IEC preso la no IEC ka wala IEC sas pour ka je ko nyem pati IEC la loi ye be timande ko nyande timala nyame no wonde ye cancel list ko la ko o time o be même plan ko UDP kam it's the same problem.
Okay, wonderful. Yala nyino garo moyla.
All right, thank you very much. And I remember it was my even a concern, different concern tawala bakele. Lafta ka kuo ñu fang raise during nani Gabriel bill on table. So I cannot quote this section because the bill is new. Not abijele. I am informed. I think IEC their weakness is their weaknesses because Mayor Longo Parliament ya legislate abela law buko kono. So it the implementing agent because it's very clear. I mean for Tonyalam party or party. The Nibela party register, you have to have secretariat in all the regions. And I am for party dolby a brag concern in the Ning ICO Luanadia implement. There are a lot of parties may along go the register because most of the parties I can name them, but just to keep the names, if you ask them, they don't have secretariat in all the regions. I can say now it's UDP maybe. It's only UDP and maybe or one party added to that. But the rest, they don't have because they have so many parties, many ago, a register that IEC allowed, but they don't have regional secretariats. And IEC from your loan, this is in their law. So thank you, Mr. Goyemol reminding that from the local government committee in Kono, I will make sure that I push it to them, especially my friend for the drama, to make sure that they put IEC on their toes. All these political parties may be registered. Are they registering them because of money, or they are registering them because they have to call it because we want to get quality in our political system? Because this is something that definitely we don't need to joke. It's a law, and it has been enacted by Parliament. So all the political parties would have their secretariat in all the regions. So if you don't have that, definitely you are disqualified. So why do you want to keep that political party still? And you know that 1 year, almost 2 years, this political party cannot get secretariat in all the region. They cannot get their offices in all the region. So you are comparing that political party with party that has all the structures in all the regions. So definitely this is something that we IEC from their weaknesses, definitely we are registering parties. After 2 years, they don't have their secretariat in all the region according to law. So you have the power to register those political parties. So I think thank you very much. We will take it from there, and we will keep our eye on it. Whenever the bill comes to Parliament, we will make sure that we highlight it and put eyes on their toes to make sure that it is implemented. So if any political party cannot meet those criteria, definitely you don't need to register as a political party.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ilawo Jabiru Finance Senator. The next question left in Kala Minawala Ninduko, diaspora voting. Me alonko, Yamu Kirin Gibaka, Willa Mulme alonko, Ebe Gambia, Ebena Bantala Bankolto, at Yamu Sharing Bakile. But it's a miroto, diaspora voting. Do you think the situation of Menkono is safe for diaspora voting?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Right now, definitely is a need. It's a need, in fact, to have diasporas so that they can have a say in selecting our leader. But at this point in time, according to the Constitution, I don't think there is much because according to the lawyers, I'm not a lawyer. We read and then we ask questions, we ask experts in the Constitution, and what they were saying is that it's going to be very difficult for diaspora to board under this condition, unless there are some amendment in the Constitution. I can fully remember this has been on the table since. I can remember our spokesperson Almami Funding Tal was very much concerned about this. That IEC said that's where we'll vote, but they must have an act that will show the diaspora support. And he was advocating for this. I can say almost since the start of 2021. Almame Fundintal was always on media talking about this issue because we have failed in passing the new constitution. So the old constitution, the IEC must have an act so that to show that diaspora they will vote. But at this time, I'm not. My hope is that because the 1997 constitution, the way it is framed, whether diaspora will also have chance. So if IEC they are ready and they know that because they are the one who pronounce it and they are ready, they want to implement what they said and they mean what they said. So I think they should come up with the amendment so that we amend the constitution. Then the diaspora will have a say in selecting our leaders.
Okay, but honorable, so I think diaspora, for example, okay, let's say nyata loi soto loi sonta pour diaspora e kata wonyum fay. Okay, yalon diaspora awarata niko diaspora is so big. So because Senegal mu diasporality, Guinea-Bissau mu diasporality, Guinea-Conakry mu diasporality, Mauritania mu diasporality, Mali mu diasporality, you know, Africa mu diasporality, Angola mu diasporality, America mu diasporality, Angleterre mu diasporality, France mu diasporality. Time nungo diaspora fo ni sata ulbe fo ida ibitale bank ka balotolo ni sata ulbe to bank. Comme carte fo be kala ni bank ulbe to ba killing bank fo.
No, I think this is very simple for me. Diaspora, you can divide it as a constituency. You can have West Africa, the whole of West Africa as one constituency. You can have Europe, or maybe you divide Europe into two as constituency. So if that happen, it's easy. We have ambassadors, we have consulates. So like other countries did, you go to the ambassador and vote. Then if we don't have power now to institute ambassadors or polling stations in each area, but I'm 100% sure diasporas, they are very much interested in voting. So if we said, let's say West Africa, we have a constituency there, one. But in most of the West African countries, we have consulate there, we have ambassadors. So we can use their offices to go and vote. And IEC will be in position to send their representative to go and how to call it, preside over those votings. Like Senegal do, they have a whole region, West Africa, and they have even an MP for that. The MP, they voted for the NP, and the NP is in the parliament. So if you can also do that, the whole West Africa, they have one MP in the parliament. The whole Europe or America, maybe Europe or America, they also have a representative in the parliament. So because of the crucial nature of diaspora in our economy, definitely IEC should be in that position. To me, what I think is that we can divide them to constituencies. After the voting, maybe in parliamentary election, they can also get their representative and vote for the person to come to parliament.
Okay, that's very important. So, as far as science and thing, I feel maybe as a Keno diaspora be cut off file, as Keno te cut off file. Okay, what is going to be your advice, normally along diaspora? What should be their role now as far as science? They don't know their faith, but what should be their key role now? Kajoko the grassroots politics nyeng abamandale.
Oh, diaspora, I think for them now, their role, they can advocate, but it could have been more consolidated if they have a representative in the parliament. Like, do you think if diaspora have a representative in the parliament, even this deportation, and somebody just mentioned about consulate in some areas, so the person will be able to stand for them. And right now, I think it's our responsibility as Parliament to make sure that we afterwards summon the IEC and tell us the reality on the ground, whether it's something that will be possible or not for diaspora voting, because they are the one who pronounce it, and not now. Long ago, they pronounced it that diaspora will vote, they will register diaspora in June. So maybe they have plans, and they are so, because if they are not so of anything, I don't think they should come to the media and tell the general public that we are going to do this. But to come back again, we don't have capacity. I think that should not be an issue. Because before you announce something as an independent electoral commission that is overseeing all the election activities in the country, before you come out to the media and give people assurance, you should be sure yourself of what you are saying. So I think that they are sure of what they are saying, and diaspora. So we, the MPs now, it should be our responsibility to stand for the diaspora people until when they get their own representative in the parliament, so they can engage the person and hold the person to account. So I wish we have that diaspora have an MP in the parliament, and which will be representing them and be talking about their issues all the time.
Yeah. So now what is going to what would be your advice to them now?
Oh, diaspora.
Yes. What do I mean? What will be your advice to them now? Nyantaka munkata kule come so kono jang along because be nyajibe jang right now. Korra me ya lonko abijang. Alonko maybe mobile me ya lonko amaribe diaspora le. So you buy the local sign, ni after diaspora man katro fai. You know, and we make a do a puri katro fai sign. So it man katro fai. So nyajibe mo klimbe jele me ya lonko nying. Atabe diaspora, but maybe more tanda ba blue jam. So it will not come effort like Kajago or more town improve from the registration also.
Yeah, meme fulay doron diaspora comme yalo nyame 2016. Huh? If they are not number one, they are second for these changes to happen in the country. So a yardstick may use in 2016, still now they can use that yardstick, or that medium is still with us. That is the social media. So the internet is very crucial in election because it has paid dividend during 2016 election. So they even for diaspora and Hansan, you cannot the same thing. If you cannot vote, you are taking care of 50 people, you make sure that those 50 people votes.
Yeah, that's very important. But Hon.Muhamed Mahanera, ila diamo kono yedula ma blame alongo akumayata. For National Assembly, Alman committee shot about committee me alongo wolbe marlin in GSM company la because nyajibe Gambia la internet system is very expensive. So far mon committee shot about committee me alongo wala marata internet or call la in telephone company la call because Gambia no ka kolomen spend telephone o kunto. You know, it's too much. Yeah, compared to other part of the world. So for MPO, I told you, are you guys not raising any question about that in the parliament?
Thank you very much. This is a concern. Last time I wasn't in the parliament when the minister came, but there was a time those minister from Bentajele, Honorable Minister Silla, is very clear to everybody that AfriCell as a company was cheating on Gambian people. Those people were advertising something that they don't have because they said they have 4G and they were charging people. So when I compare tariff in Sierra Leone and tariff in the Gambia, they are too far apart. When I compare tariff in Senegal and tariff in the Gambia, they are too far apart. Senegal, you can get 1 gig data for like 3 point some dollars. Gambia is 5 point some dollars. So AMMO is very, very important. It's a concern. We are even on that meeting today. That because if you can see, I think 2020, internet has gone off throughout the country almost 4 times in the country, which is very, very serious. And again, the powerhouse itself, they are very, very weak. We have spent money on internet cables that are lying down, and the public don't have any access to them. So in fact, why? Because the GAM cell should have done much better than the way they are. So I'm part of that committee, and I'm sure I will raise the issue, that is education, training, and ICT. We're working very hard with the information bill. So before it passed, we will do something about that. And because the problem is all geared towards, leadership. If not, we have experts. Now, expert Jama sort of they can look into that sector. But if you look at it again, we have only one how to call it, connective routes. So new problem also the whole internet in the Gambia will come down. So this is the whole issue. It's very, very expensive. And the saddest part of it, there are so many things that government don't have the tool to gauge how much money these GSM companies are accruing. Because near GBSI, only telephone calls is a main charge now. But data like audio messages on WhatsApp, they cannot, because they don't know how much data is being used in the country, because they don't have the tool. And we must make sure that if you don't want money to leak like that, and GSM companies, definitely to make profit out of Gambian people. Right now, you can make a telephone, you can spend on megabytes. So you can get the whole family, the whole village, they can communicate through WhatsApp platform. So if government is collecting revenue only on direct calls, so you cannot collect revenue on those data. So what is the essence of you people allowing those people using your people at this expensive prices on data, and yet still you cannot monitor how much data is being used, what is their turnover on that data. So last time when this was going, in fact, in the provinces, even in the rural area here. In the urban area here, because they are near audio Kilimbula. 2 minutes. In literally bolong konol. Aseta no wari jama ita download no. And the more akata, the more akila credit go fananta. So nibe jang is cheaper. So ibaji ga delfang la bolong kono fang a kuliata jele katambi janti. And right now the dunia men kono sani, if you are off internet, so you are off, you are disconnected from the world. So elegni karo ni akumayata ngamara is I'm moving call the telephone how to call it if do ko la kan telephone kan ka next ka jeko, we talk about these issues and find a solution to these problems.
Yeah, talk about these issues and find a solutions to these problems. Nyun karo do fana bearing say diaspora fela say iko asekeno diaspora da katra file kodi but say mo yalon ko be diaspora be parere kuruka na Gambia kono ka katra file. But now the problem now is say ni for the airport do fana ko you have to pay $20, you have to pay $1,000 in the Kawale Joe. So for a National Assembly member, so for you people, you can taxman collect more bulu in the airport. For actually, more Kalamutabang, not Rafana Alia Kalamutafana. What is your stand? Kajoko, who could me along, it's a raid or it's a robbery. Kabanko don't take rob, if it is not something me along National Assembly approve.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, daylight robbery. Daylight robbery mode. I made a research on it, and Minister Louis Diamtale name which all I mean follow me to go. They were not in how to call it, in support of it. But yeah, Gambia Benjamin, the problem in Kono, I think we need to respect our laws. Nyantan na law bunya la back. Ning investor not dulalel bije me yalon ko investor nyanta ka follow jelel. Gaipa beje me alon ko ni but signing investor nada instead ayata gaipa wala ayata GCCI abidala direct state house. Yeah. So that is why things are very difficult now in this country. Niaji be fund ye security fengo mingi airport proka $20 jo wala ka €20 jo the receipt fund ka mendi la fund there's nothing that they indicate that you have paid this for this. Defong tata for airport otole kadula jubi. I even laugh go line gel telephone. Kabu nying hanatra nyimbekela. Kodo bondi $20 do adu mo blokon. What kind? Ni lefta nying telephone. Why not alning airline dogulale negotiate ayatara ticket okono? Then that advice would come from GAIPA together with the Ministry of Works and Communication or Works and Infrastructure. But most of these things, they are not even aware. You just see them. But I'm so, how to call it, the Select Committee on Security and Defense, they are aware of it. But if you are not again, I can relay this information to a friend who is part of that committee. Because, Assembly also, the problem is the way we work is very slow. It's very, very, very slow. Because you can make an investigation. It's every 3 months that you can table that report in the plenary for approval. So National Assembly is way tied up. If not, we have so many issues to Gambia Banku Gambia address. Even committee meeting, the National Assembly members' hands are tied up. But we are making sure that we remove those barriers because they are not helping the country, they are not helping the National Assembly.
They are not helping the country. They are not helping the National Assembly. Point is very clear because nyum kulo me alonko abe Gambia dumu barande kambakele. Gambia dumu barande kambaka. So, but did you guys make any investigation also? Kajoko, because is it? Let me just phrase it in this way. Honorable. For omu kule me alonko nyaji be fon omu kule me alonko fon and another killer la bank ka fonta ka tax la bank don ka without the approval of National Assembly ka tax bugo what is a tax
no amanya nagake not a tax lem section 100 of waya yitandile ko National Assembly se sembo di institution olale ka foko isenyin kuki wala isenyin bylaw keno isenyin regulation keno. But nitata section 149 of the Constitution, yitandiko subsection 3, yitandileko no institution or department can levy or waive a tax without the approval of the National Assembly. It's very clear. So, coming out from near investigation against this country, before you have table, it has to be 3 months. And Kabri, some of these things, Kabri Ibn Akan, they face the committee because I think these are 2 committees, the government project monitoring and also committee on defense and security. You get the point? So we can only hear the information, or if you go on investigation, private investigation, like me, I went on private investigation, and I discovered that these are just 2 business people who come with this idea, but the relevant authority that they should subject this discussion to, they divert from there and go state somewhere else where they can get a backing to institute this in our airport, which is not helping at all. It's not helping us, it's not helping the country. In fact, you don't even know where this money is going. Because if I come to the airport, I give somebody $20, just give me a receipt. So there's no transparency even in the collection. If I told Ali ka Gambia economy ni makoy, I think there should be more transparency than this. The Kabrin Taraji ngaji be siru from jail taleno. Okay, just a minute. So a jail telephone, but definitely nimukula meya longo where the roots comes because we are doing investigation. Myself, definitely I'm doing an investigation. But I cannot tell you openly if I don't get to the bottom of it. But I discovered that those 2 people who are behind this, they are Gambian. Some I know one of them, according to my source. So, and I also engage a minister, which name is withhold. They have a tussle over it before they allow them. So the guy responsible even is not in picture, and he advised them again not to do it. But they still go ahead with it. So, leadership is a problem in this country.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Nalo Ibedamento, ela mol sulat ela science thing. So fun nebula saying so, but ela last word to the viewers. Ela kuma labo meme for the viewers so, but we will keep having you here all the time. As far as science communication renewable every time they collect this sort of down. Minimum last word to the viewers.
Oh, thank you very much. And the last word for the people of this country, let's just be law abiding, as like always the party leader would say. But now UDP ko mal be konton na mo make la mo ning fenkol. So maybe fully the UDP, let us never retreat, huh? No backward. Let us just push it forward and make sure that let's go back to the grassroots and consolidate our base. So we can do that through helping people. Even Imam Fensuruka Adi Ila, just go to your people like UDP MPs, sit with them, have dialogue with them face to face. You tell them reality on the ground. Even that alone, you can convince them what is happening in the country, the way it should be and the way it is now. Is maybe the way it is going now is very wrong. This is the way it's supposed to be. So this is our manifest. And when we come to power, this is what we can do for you. So we try to convince people. And also we go to people, reduce buying motorbike, reduce buying pickups for people, individuals, but let us invest in the people. Like I'm very, very happy. The UDP student wing, last time I saw it on social media, they are going back to help students who fail mathematics, English, and they want to receive, they give them free lecture. So all this is something that you can help in society. So when we go back again, one well, you help the whole village, one borehole, you help the whole village, or even a milling machine for women. So these are things that we need to do so that we can consolidate our base in grassroots politics. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. Abaraka Bake, Honorable, thanks for your time. Abaraka Bake, Bibul Lajang, Mbadingulu, Aliak Amoyam, Willem Honorable Muhamed Mahanera-Mp, Mealonko, Willem National Assembly member, member experience in the National Assembly. Abaraka Bake, Honorable, thanks for your time, and then we are pleased to have you here. Alabaraka Bake, Mbadingulu, come in Kafala Nyamendolong. Nina Honorable Benjamin Alonko, wala mo Honorable Mahanera-Mp, Felisan Jita sign. So Allah baraka bake for your time. So please guys, I'll program here. We'll do our best kakata pun na National Assembly member so many Alonko wala sir nya dibde bunkono mena kato kelale punke sotojang niya Kachaa na bankola kola. So we need your support all the time. Allah support me nitala wala mnyuko kajako. You guys all the time nimbe programu ki kangale programu insia melalam ko ka programu record ale programu nyinta ale record because this is very important for us mbadu mulu comme na fala nyame fana alkana nyina momo yalon ko emari benjibe kan anuila mobe gambia kono jang isa fola mole ko pour ya kata fa ya kaito soto bayan kata fa ya kaito mukule me yalon ko akumata bakele bayan be yalon ko election mbolo kono anen nimmol lebe nyola mel yalon ko o mari nyolu wala ko siata bakele se bonduno nyama wala nyuto ko ka karto fay ka findino in large numbers ka karto fay kanyum mafia masakunda bondi ala amoy Honorable diamo kono ay kuma ka wol mel fodi ala diamo kono ako ebe kato ke kanne ka joko alkalol dammal on sefol dammal takila mol melialon ko be kalta fa kayto di la molla e ba katala fana burka fana ke ba lulu sato kono ke ba kummal sato kono wole ke multimedia lonko wala fana be dabula kanyin katete fa kayto ni saka kadi molla o couleur me ya lonko akumata bakale pour la moy la fana pour aliyo la fana moy aliya moy fana ko airport ro gamben ko men joje ako de la robile o tribula sunyaro la wot o tribula nyapen kawol so say as far as o tribula nyapen kawolti akwata be investigation o ke kan ko konole ka joko ko nyin ay Sénégal Gambia dimulma bani Gambia dimula right lem pour ko won ka long na nyelum ga fanan ko danke ko mer la tundo la be do ko men ke kanje akon nyaja te mo do ko ke kan la tundo la ko la tundo mul wala ya si National Assembly to ako in fact ata buka o ke yuti pun ko da ma fongole ataka ma ko romen samba tundo to aka diala tundo mul be la chaw e mo UDP to e man ke UDP to as far as itam Gambia dimulati as far as itam mul me yalon ko tam sandu dimulati na la ma ko do futa je to ataka ma ko ni sala ya dila ni mudia multi me yalon ko ne Honorable Mahanera ya soto jam na dia mo ko ku jama bal me yalon ko ni Kachaa ba bitum ne video nta ya sia onre audio nta ya sia e baje loko e badi ma do fana sam na fawala diaspora ko ala la bol ko mon jang ala fu ko yakate ya kate fa kay to nyinde senyum manza kunda bol no men kono wala ko ka joko momo ya lon ke banko kanja yakate fa kay to soto to ala baraka. Thanks for your time. It's your brother aka Bayo Songo me ya lon ko wala balle den sign thing na Kachaa me ya lon ko mbake kam bi wala mu Kachaa me ya lon ko wala mu Kachaa me ya lon ko nina Hon.Muhamed me ya lon ko wala mu Mahanera-Mp ni wala yin Kachaa di ma soto jam oto mba fulala ko ala baraka. Thanks for your time. Ala baraka bake.
Youth governor man ko ko mo fo de afo adama le ko ko mo fo youth governor o man ko ko mo fo de adama le lota ko do men na ta Gambia wona ta le ore ako ani ni non be se ta soto ji youth governor o fo ba fo adama baro le o so ko do ni na ta adama le adante minister ma adante mo ko ma adante afo le o dante fo anyway kana fo ndenyo la karala de hadi ko kam nyo den karala an kada nyo den karala nyin tan ko ni broda talibo wallahi to nyale to lo to nyano madro e to nya fasa ko adam bar woni lo ta Gambia de tema ko do men duniya banko lu yaki Gambia la nyina 2016 to 18 ako hani ni non de ti ta to be so adama le afo anu ni aja afo akodo dun ta sai wo kodo wo do ku ta Gambia minto ni ko le fo ikana ni nakumo samba karakota ma fa na ka fa ta jotu ay fen ko wo sani ata wo malaka sedi ama set adam baro fa ne lota ay afo ko kodo men di ta Gambia banko la nyina 2016 to 18 ako hadi ni lolu be si ta soto je ya ni mole sayin kan ite ko eta o rectified abata rectified la minto bari baro fa dale asad ala amne wala la yemne me mo fa dale sa ko eta o kit abata o kit la minto o bro tale bo bar ni ngeta ka ba ko afo ko mo ni mandi e tulola ka fo adama ya fo o mandi e tulola aje sa ta fo ite fa ngal to ya fo adama le afo le to nyala ma o kam fale bar bitum to nya bije to nya ti jenta fa ba kis la fo ko do nyina to fa man na bar ba kis la fon talo bar adama bar wo fa le dalo ta ayafo nim ko le fa ko ni momo ba ta convince la ko do men dun ta ranke so ko fo yo le Kenya lo wotu mo ina ta convince no wala bu adama fa lo ta ko do men dita 2016 to 18 wala can the good youth governor ko mo ba ta convince la ka fa ko adama beten na yoko ka beten ata la be sayinte ako mo ba ta convince la fo na ranke so le Kenya long ko do men dunta biliarol men dunta Gambia banko kan adama e memfo ko hani ni lol be ta soto la je wo ko do dunta Gambia min to ma fa do kundita min to ami corruption le de je corruption ni dum fanan adama famu corruption le ti because motolu kabiri di tet mo mi yaadi nin ka moto le moto so ta nyaadi because ko nita adama bulu ka bo moto di la digital de la wol
ha so kay moto ñini soto de ñaadi moto bota minto parce que ki keta dulale to dame ngalon ko banko be ñaabe loren jelak ha ako o mari ko atoka na fo ko solo nata je adama ko kanjele ba famanna aman sof tilin kaman la je fan folo wota adama famu corruption olati adama corruption on adama fan le corruption oti na ton no ma to nyam nin kada men fo be dala kar kanjela ibe tulo kar kanjela ibe te dunna government kono fenke kono te ngalabu adun ta tay abata hali ni man no fo government be man fo ka moyde aba
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Anabadi malamu Aliyu Kora International Jato telebina ke kan objeto ke kale saite. Ke barol be moy kan mele alon ka foko ibe bokan nabadi manuel bulu be diaspora si ibe kulol soto kan ibe loru banku di kedala adi be loru ka foko Gambia be bulu jawolo kono Gambia be bulolo kono. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Anabadi malamu Aliyu Kora International Jato telebina ke kan objeto ke kale saite. Ke barol be moy kan meli alon ka foko ibe bokan nabadi manuel bulu be diaspora si ibe kulol soto kan ibe loru banku di kedala adi be loru ka foko Gambia be bulu jawolo kono Gambia be bulolo kono
febida Senegal pour ka ebida kire bisaw febida Mauritania febe be Gambia le dala kedi sistem banku kanja kebo le ridi sala banku kanja pour le kade fay ka dama baro tamindi adun del ba adama baro bay ko nanti akama adama baro ma bay ko man la fala adama baro nga bay yine kama ko banko la ba bulo kono banko se mo wadala adama banko do kunola kende na banko la adama baro bulu mo le fa jihado kono mo le fa yankan ka do kono takela adama man banko ita se manola ila fore akoza nga nyina wala ta bay te bu joona di yela fore abeti nyale bay ta kamu ka sali ida foko moy buga baral barin tala mun na bankoti ndenne bankoti lela de adama adu sidi jay billahi wallahi taala sidi jay we will warn you ni election on me haklafu e be kasara ni election on kono omo ka be ni election on manipulate la election kono alinga wonindi alinga fundi na tini nyanya ndala kaje ko na kabulera adama noma akaba dara ji malbal yalla jam sini nyal mutuma bari yaro adama baro la adama baro la ko tiyara rek adama baro la hajo tiyara wa sini nyame mo sini nyai ni wala wala ri gala kola sini nyai mu ne ti APRC bari kameno alinga wuli na ina nuko in sukaro banda na demonstration pakijam operation no die for voting ai jano badal alinga wuli ay baka karwale le nyato pe akodo ala baka karwale me dañu wasilar ko alinga wuli nan na nyato ta ala baka karwale me dañu wasilar ko alinga wuli nan na nyato ta alu fuda wato to ko be ka Ibrahima Dibaño la kumol be bedari ila kumol be lakuri ila kumol be sari woto ni sukuro be tembo men de gambe banko kanjambi mano be tembo men de gambe banko kanjambi banko be say kan ko man every day both day and night ida department no da time department no be fakam on be wakita be sabi do di alamal bari ata banko sama no ko diam ko faka banko adama bul ni mo banko jabale Lamin Cham, ibe Derry, ibe Warning Country, ibe Warning